Hey everyone, Jason Scott here, the BGSU Bass Club. I'm up here in the garage right now just working on some tackle, getting the boat ready for this year. It's St. Patrick's Day now, it's mid-March, but it's still cold out, and I don't see being on the water up here at least anytime soon. So, I'm just working on stuff, getting everything ready. Maybe next weekend I might shoot down to Cedarville or something down in Indiana. Might be some open water, but it's all ice up here. So what I wanted to show you guys today was a new bait and a new company that we're happy to be working with this year, and that is Joe Balog's Goby Replica. Any of you from up north here should know who Joe Balog is. He's a very accomplished tournament fisherman on the Great Lakes. If there's anything to do with smallmouth fishing or any kind of fishing in general on the Great Lakes, he's done it, and he knows the insides and outs of it. And actually what he did, he realized a long time before a lot of other people did that smallmouth out on the lakes are chomping on this little guy right here. That's supposed to be, that looks like a goby. Gobies are, one of the primary forages, if not the primary forage now of smallmouth bass on the lake. So he made a bait that really looks like a goby. Great detail. You look at this, you see the fins. So you turn it this way, you can see the classic big large fins on the goby, the big ball round head on a goby. Then the slender body, you can even see the spines on the fins, and then even the little scales, that's all molded into the plastic. And colors, very lifelike colors, is available in 7 colors, and they look just like a goby. I mean, I've speared gobies, before, and you bring them up and they look just like this. So it's got a little paddle tail there. It is a swim bait. It'll swim along the bottom, and this is a heavy bait. It's 1.1 ounces, and that's what you want on the lake. You want something to get down there. You whip that thing way out there, you want some weight for that thing to get to the bottom and stay on the bottom. Gobies don't have swim bladders, so they're not going to be suspending very high. They're only going to be a few inches off the bottom. So you get a heavy bait, and you want to keep it down there, and you'll catch the fish that way, right on the bottom. So, gear I like to fish this with, I like a big rod. Some people use a flipping stick. I like a little bit more tip than my flipping sticks, so I will use a 7/6 medium heavy. I use the Bass Pro Extreme rods, but you can use any rod you want. I prefer though a football head jig, Carolina rig rod. Like I said, flipping stick's just a little bit too heavy for me. You can use a flipping stick by all means; it works great. But I just like that little bit more tip. I feel I can get a little better cast with it, a little better feel. As for the reel, I use an Abu Garcia Revo STX on a 7.1 to 1 gear ratio. I like the fast gear ratio so I can pick that line up, get it back to the boat and get that fish in. Also, when they do bite, you can really pick some line up, get the hook into them, and get them coming to you really fast so you don't have to worry about getting a bad hook set into them. Line, I'll show you the line I use right here. Pull it off the bench here. Trilene, 100% fluorocarbon, 15 pound. That's my preferred line for this bait. You can use lighter line. I know you people who use 12 pound. That's just a little bit too light for me. I don't feel comfortable using that around all those zebra mussels and everything. Some people use it. And you can go heavier. If I fish this bait a little bit shallower up, at 6 to 10 foot range, I'll go up to 17, sometimes even 20 pound test. If I'm fishing, especially if I'm fishing around a lot of rocks and a lot of junk, I like that a little bit heavier line. Like I said though, you want to fish this bait on the bottom. Work it just like you do your tube, just like you did your goby sleds. Just drag it along the bottom, vary your retrieve. If you're fishing it real slow and not getting any bites, speed it up a little bit. Vice versa, I like to fish fast, so I normally go out just burning this thing along, barely holding it on the bottom, and then I normally don't get a bite for a while. And then you just got to slow down, and figure out what the fish want. It varies from day to day, hour to hour, minute to minute sometimes. So figure out what the fish want. The one thing you want to keep in mind though when fishing this bait is that when you set the hook, you want to have a good sweeping hook set to the side, just like a football jig Carolina rig. You set that hook up, you're not going to catch those fish, you're not going to get a good hook into them. So you want to set the hook to the side, get a good strong hook set, and you start reeling and you get that fish coming, because those smallmouth, you know how they are, they'll tear up out there, and they can throw baits. It don't matter what kind of bait it is, they can throw it. So you get a good hook into them, and if you start pulling on them, get them to the boat, you'll catch most of them. This bait is a big fish bait. You're not going to get a million bites out there, but you get 5 bites on this bait, they're going to be the right ones. They're going to be the ones you want. So like I said, this is Joe Balog's Goby Replica. Check them out. You can see right there at gobyreplica.com. It's got all the specifics about the bait, how they're made, all that deal is on there. And also check us out, the BGSU Bass Club. We're on Facebook. You can just look up Bowling Green State University Bass Club, or you can just type in facebook.com/BGSU Fishing, and we'll be on there. I'm Jason Scott. You can look me up on Facebook too. And I'll have more videos on other tackle and other stuff on there. So check us out, and definitely check out Joe Balog. Let me show you the name here. Joe Balog's Goby Replica. Right there, one final look at the bait. It's a great bait. Catches a lot of smallmouth, just like those ones he's holding there. So check them out, and good luck fishing, guys.